Hello EA group members, this is GC, and today I'm making a video on my Bootstrap Dreamweaver on the Synology server. Now, on my previous videos we created a folder, we connected to the Synology server, we also connected to an external server if you have hosting, and if you do not have hosting or Dreamweaver, you can also download Bootstrap at the official site getbootstrap.com, and you can use the free templates. Now they do have templates that are professional, and you can see the prices: $49, $59, and others. Now if you go to my website a1astudios.net and you are looking for templates, let me show you here where you can get templates for a few dollars. If you go to my website a1astudios.net and you click on software and just go down and click on the first link here, WordPress learn more, you will find this network, the Envato Market, and they have templates here for WordPress, professional templates. You can buy, they have 42,278 WordPress themes templates from $2. Okay, you're not gonna find anything cheaper than that. And there you have the link. So let's get on with this tutorial. I'm running out of time here, or let's say the time is precious here. It takes long to upload videos to YouTube, and I just got a YouTube email. They are congratulating me. Thank you, YouTube. If you're coming from YouTube or LinkedIn, Twitter, or Google+, please look for International Artist Group on Facebook. And I'm going to start with this tutorial. The last thing we did, we connected to a server, we created a folder, a root folder that is, and the root folder looks like something like this. If you have a server, it should look something like this. On the green, you should turn on the server before you open Dreamweaver. And we created this folder here, and we opened the Bootstrap responsive theme, which is the all of these are responsive. It's the latest. It has the latest look. It's modern. Some of these templates are really well, not that one, but let me show you what I mean. Some of these responsive starters are really old-fashioned. Now I suggest you learn how to use this Bootstrap sample pages. They have marketing. Let me see here. They might have things you can use, and then maybe mix with the other grids, which is the Bootstrap product or portfolio. I'm going to attempt to mix with the portfolio and things. So we open the basic Bootstrap carousel Jumbotron, which has a menu and it has a slider. Now we worked on the menu really quickly. We changed all the menu items, and I'm gonna click here and go to Google Chrome and see if it loads up, and it's loading up just fine. I'm going to turn it into iPad size or any tablet size, and then I'm gonna go to the phone. As you can see, the text gets smushed into the image because it's too much text for that amount of space. And on the tablet it looks like it could work, but the button gets cut off. So you have to go short with the text. You have the headline and then you have your text. Go short with the text, not too much if you're targeting phones. So now I'm going to work with the image back here. These images that we have, where the hell are they? They're somewhere in our theme, and I'm gonna go over that right now. So we have Dreamweaver open. If you don't have Dreamweaver, you can get a code editor that works with Bootstrap. I have seen it. It's not impossible, and it won't cost you a thing. Now, we have these images for the slider inside the root folder. Now, the root folder that we created, here's a Bootstrap. This is the CSS files, ICO. No, that's the favicon. That's the little icon on the top. Image files. Let's see. Now I want to see the images, so I'm gonna select here, and here we are. We found the images on the home page, also known as the index.html page. Now, why does it have to be called index? Because when you hook up to your server, and I'm gonna hook up here to my old server, I'm connecting to the old server, which is my service is already discontinued with that host, but the account's still active. So the reason why it's called index HTML, the technical reason I really don't know, because this happened a very long time ago, but I do know that the root folder, the first thing it's going to look for is going to be the index.html, and from the index.html is going to look for all the other links to all the other pages. And if you created your index.html and you have a server, once you have connected and you have saved your page, your index.html page, you have to send it, you have to push the file to the remote server. Okay, and I'll show you an example. I'm going to extract all the pages from the server. Okay, and now I'm going to push all the files to the server. So now I'm sending the files to the server. I'm sending the same stuff that I just got from them. So it does one file at a time. Now it was pretty fast because I do have a fast connection. I'm gonna go to the browser, and there it is. If I go to the domain name, it should be different because I'm hosting the website now, and I added this under construction word in there. So we have the images for this Jumbotron, and we have our index HTML. Now this is going to be the main page that all the other pages are going to link to. Okay, and this page here is going to have down here, we're going to have a footer, which is the information at the bottom, which is like the copyright information and any privacy terms, conditions, links you want to put, and also you might want to put like webmaster and so on. Now we are gonna work with the slider, so let's get to it. We know that the files of the slider are here. Now we don't know how big they are. So if you have Photoshop, which you do, if you don't, you can get a program called GIMP. I'm gonna pull it up really quick while this is loading. And GIMP is an old program. I'm gonna warn you right now. Here it is. The GIMP official site is gimp.org. And I'm gonna give you the warning now. You won't, if you have a picture and you open it in GIMP and you try to save it as a JPEG, you might not find it. Maybe the updated version, they did add it an HTML, or I mean a JPEG file format. You have the link there. You can download GIMP and see how it works. Now you might have to convert the picture to a JPEG in many situations in GIMP. Now these pictures are already JPEGs, so you might not have to, but I'm gonna use my own pictures. And my own pictures, I'm gonna show you my own pictures. What do they look like? They look, and I put them on the images folder that I created for this project, for this site. Every folder should have an image folder. So in images, I created images a slider, and then I put the images inside the images for the slider. Now you can have images for your articles. You can have images for your home page. You can have images for your gallery page, and like that. And you're gonna be adding all those folders here. You're gonna keep all the images organized, because if you make one folder for all your images, and if you're like me and you have over 100 images, it's gonna be more difficult to have it organized and to find the images. Alright, so we have Photoshop open, and we need to open those images in the Bootstrap template to take a look at them. And I'm going to go to the root folder, Bootstrap, images, examples, and I believe are these three here, slide 1, 2, and 3. We just need one slide. No, let's open all of them. I see that there are different kbytes, but it might not. It might have to do with the colors and how many shapes are in the picture. All right, let's look at the image size. Okay, it says here 1500, and I want you to write this down on a piece of paper, because it is so easy sometimes to get sidetracked doing other images, and you don't want to mix your stuff up. So the images for this slider, can I find a pen that works? I have like hundreds of pens here, and I can't find a pen that works. I mean, well, I have a lot of markers. I don't want to use a marker. Alright, so we have the images here for the slider. I'm writing this down, and the width is 1500 and the height is 550, and the resolution is 72 dpi. That's what we need. That looks good. So now let's open up the images that I have. Alright, so I put my images in the root folder, but under images slider, and I have 3 pictures of our last show, And as you can see, these pictures don't look nothing like the shape of the slider. These look like normal pictures with a high definition camera. This was actually shot by an even more high definition camera. Let's see how the detail is. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see the detail here. Yep, this is not so much high quality. The other one is higher. Let's see the size of this thing here. This is 45.9 megabytes. That's huge. This image for the slider is 2.36 megabytes, and we want to keep them low because I wouldn't want to even keep it under 1 megabyte because we want the site to load quick. So let's start cropping. I'm gonna crop this. Gonna take as much as I can from the top. Alright, and then I'm gonna go to the other one and I'm gonna take as much as I can from the top, and I'm gonna take a little bit from the bottom. Alright, this one I have no idea why it looks kind of faded. So we are going to adjust the brightness and the contrast. I'm gonna take a little bit of the light. It's just way too bright. I want to make it look more like the others, which is gonna be kind of difficult to do because these pictures were airbrushed and these were not airbrushed, but that's fine. We just wanted to show on the slider some of the images of our last show. So this one we have to crop. We have to crop the top, and then I will have to crop the bottom some. Alright, I'm gonna take a look at this, at the image size now. Now we don't have to make the image exactly like this. I mean, it can be a little bit wider. Alright, so how big is this image now? Let's see, this image is, we said 150 by 550. Okay, so if we add another 500, we're looking at something even smaller than this. Okay, so we can afford to add. See, this one I see a problem more with this picture because this is a wider angle, that's a little bit shorter, and okay, so we're gonna have to crop here, and let's see if we can get away first with the size that I'm going to give this image. Let's see here. I'm going to go to image size. Let me make Photoshop here full size. Alright, and we're gonna change the resolution to 72, and this has to be 1500, and that gives me a height of 906, which is a little bit less than double. Okay, and the quality looks okay to me. Okay, and this one we are going to do the same thing. We're gonna do image size, first change the resolution, then do 1500. This one is giving me a 29 by default. click OK. Just click OK for now. This one is giving me, let's see. If you see here on Photoshop background and you see this lock, unlock it. If it doesn't work, if you're doing your images, editing and it doesn't work, just unlock it. I always like to work with that unlocked, but it's working now. So you know, Photoshop makes updates all the time, so never mind. Alright, you might want to tweak the darkness and brightness of these pictures. I think this picture was a little bit too bright. Let me cancel here. These pictures were taken by a professional photographer. They look pretty good to me. Alright, let's do the size here. It says 72 dpi, 1500. It's giving me 582. Okay, now let's go over. We know all the pictures are the same width. Okay, and the width is 1500. So we have 1500, we have 1500, and we have 1500. Now the other size is what's different, and let's see here. We have 906. 906, that looks fine to me. Here we have 829, so we cropped it maybe too much. Let me click here, step backward, step backward, step backward. Okay, so I'm gonna crop less this time. I'm just gonna crop the top. Height right now is at 1 to 30. Okay, so let me check on image size. Oh, the resolution was, forgot to change the resolution. 854, that looks better. Alright, okay, so we have 854 and this one is 906. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna crop it there, and I'm gonna do image size. Alright, let's do this one. Image size 852. Okay. Alright, so let's see what happens if we do 890. And what I mean, what happens if the picture gets too distorted. Wait a minute, it's 1500 for the top, 852 here. So unlock the chain and do 890. It shouldn't distort things too much. If anything, it's gonna make me look a little bit thinner, which is good. So let's do here, unlock the chain, 890. It's gonna make it all look a little bit thinner, which is great. because the picture is making us look a little bit bigger. So we said 890. This is 900. 910. Let's see. 910. I actually like it better at 910. So let me do these. Let's do 910 and see what happens. Okay, not too bad. It's not. We don't look like aliens yet. All right, so let's do 910. And that's how you do this by eye. Okay, we're not doing this by measurements. You could do this by measurements. Now, for that, I think it would take longer. I'm just doing this by eye. And all the pictures, obviously, they're different from different distances. That's what's giving these pictures the look that they're different. And I mean, it's the same size, but they're in depth. They're different from different distances. It's not like a flat picture that is just, you know, there. Now, we're gonna save this, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace the slide just to make it quick. So this is gonna be slide number 1. So I'm going to save this where this slide is on. So that way, and later on we'll change the name because it would be good for the search engines instead of having just slide 1. But I really haven't come up with a title for these photographs. We just put like a reference name. So we could save them where they are and then change the slide in the code. Let's see how that looks. So before anything, just save your pictures where they are. Okay, and I'm gonna save a JPEG version for this, and I'm gonna click yes because I do have the master copy somewhere else. And now here for the quality, you don't need to keep it at the max because we want this to load quick. And how low? I even keep images at 50 kbytes, but this is a slider that is 4 times bigger. So let's keep it at medium, the lowest medium you can get, and that shouldn't distort the image too much, at least not on a phone. Maybe on a bigger monitor. Let's also save this as a JPEG, and we are going to do 5 for quality, which is medium, a low medium. Save as a JPEG in the same folder that you had the pictures. That's why you put them there in the images folder. And we're gonna do a medium for quality. Okay, so now we have the pictures. I'm gonna close them. I'm gonna click no. It's asking me to save again. I'm gonna click no. Click no and close. You can close everything. And now I'm going to reopen the files just to make sure that in my root folder under images I have the image slider and I have the images, and I'm gonna open the pictures and they all are the same size. Now let's put them on the slider. Alright, so this is gonna take a little bit longer because we didn't save them as image 1, 2 and 3. So we need to go to the code, and we're looking for the slider. Let me see if I can remember where this was. Okay, carousel caption. Okay, this is the slide example slide JPEG. Okay, so here we have a link to the second slide. Okay, so the slider is called carousel. I'm gonna put here slider. This is a note. It has this line of code for the beginning, and then it closes with this line of code here again. So I'm gonna put there slider. Okay, we have slide number 1, a slide number 2, and a slide number 3, and then we have also the text that goes with the slide on it. Dreamweaver, so awesome. The new update is showing me the picture. I just have to hold the mouse on top of it, and there it is. So what is it asking me for? It's asking me for the name of the folder, and so on. If it's in another folder, and then it's in another folder, and then the file. So what we have to do is we have to change this to what we have. So let's try that. So I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm going to go to my folder. I'm working into getting a bigger monitor. If you can afford to get a 43-inch monitor, you can split the screens. It can really help so you can see better. If you get a 4K Sony monitor, it'll look awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go to my server. I'm going to go to the root folder. Then I'm gonna go to the images. So it starts with images. Here starts with Bootstrap. That's what it starts with. Starts with Bootstrap. Let's see. Bootstrap, then images, then examples, and there they are. So we have to change that. So we're going to go with images. So you're just gonna go on top of the code here. It should work. So we're gonna delete Bootstrap, and we're gonna put images. We're gonna keep that bar, and then we're gonna add images, a slider. Now these are in caps. Be careful with the caps, and it has a space. I don't like that, so I'm gonna really quick change the formatting of this file. Okay, so images, a slider. Images, a slider. And the browser in Dreamweaver is so awesome that it's already telling me that what's in this location is that picture. So there we go. I just had to change the first folders, and it gave me, and it can do the space and everything, but you should look into what we call camel case, and just how to write code with the books. If you can get the book of Dreamweaver, which is huge, the Dreamweaver CC book is half of the WordPress book. Okay, so I'm gonna do the second image, and it's the same. So I'm just gonna copy from the first one that I have already. It's images, images slider is already giving me the folder, and then I'm just gonna pick this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the third one. It's not taking as long as I thought. Images, and then is images slider is giving me the code word, and then with the CEO. Okay, and now you want to save this, save all, and then we can close that. Let's resize this, and we're gonna go to live view, and there are the images. Now let's go to the browser. Let's take a look in the browser. Okay, so the image got a little bit stretched out. It didn't allow the size that I have because it's in the slider. The size of the slider has to be that size image. We can fix that, and here you can see how the menu is taking some room from the picture. So you might want to crop the picture a little bit less on the top so you can have the menu on top. Okay, so this is just a preview of how to change the images in the slider. So I'm gonna stop the video now. I'm gonna fix my images, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Good luck.